This is Chapter 14, The Edge of Mortality, from a story called The Immortals Society, written by Anonymous. The forest was living and breathing. Every tree, every shadow, every rustle of wind carried danger. Jack and Charlie moved cautiously, Elias ahead, mapping their path through dense undergrowth and jagged cliffs. Jack's heart pounded with the same rhythm as Charlie's beside him. Each step reminded them that mortals could die, that the society could kill, that freedom, fragile as it was, demanded every ounce of courage they had. "This is it," Elias whispered, "the final leg of the maneuver. If we succeed, we disappear from the Council's radar entirely, at least for a while. If we fail," his eyes darkened, "there's no safety net." The plan was risky. They would lead the Council's operatives into a narrow ravine carved from centuries of glacial movement, a natural maze with cliffs on either side, sharp drops, and hidden paths. Only someone who knew the terrain could survive. Jack's pulse raced as they descended into the ravine. The wind whistled through the narrow canyon, carrying distant echoes, footsteps, the faint scrape of boots on stone. "They're coming," Jack murmured. Charlie leaned against him, her breath visible in the cold morning air. "We can do this," she said softly. Jack looked down at her, seeing courage mirrored in her eyes. "Yes, we can." The Council's operatives arrived sooner than expected. Tall, silent, and precise, they moved as if the forest obeyed their command. Jack, Charlie, and Elias waited in a hidden crevice. When the operatives passed, they triggered the first diversion, a small, controlled landslide that blocked the path behind them. Rocks tumbled, dust rising like smoke, forcing the hunters forward along the route Jack had mapped. "Keep moving," Jack whispered. "Stay ahead of them." Charlie's heart raced as she followed Jack through hidden paths, crossing icy streams and leaping over gnarled roots. Each step was life or death. Every misstep could be their last. Halfway through the ravine, the path split. Jack hesitated. One way seemed safer but slower, the other riskier but faster. Charlie looked at him. "Which one?" Jack swallowed. "We take the riskier path. We have to stay unpredictable. But do you trust me?" Her hand tightened on his. "Always." Together they sprinted down the narrow passage, clinging to cliffs, sliding over loose rocks, and leaping across gaps only a few feet wide. Behind them, the operatives cursed the obstacles, slowed by the terrain they had assumed was manageable. Jack felt the adrenaline surge. Fear sharpened his senses, every heartbeat guiding him. For the first time, mortality felt like power. As they neared the ravine's end, a figure emerged from the mist, a mortal guide waiting at the final waypoint. Elias had warned them that the hidden network sometimes left operatives to help in emergencies. "Quickly," the guide shouted, "through here, and you'll lose them for good." Jack and Charlie followed without hesitation, leaping over a final ridge and disappearing into dense forest. Behind them, the echo of frustrated operatives grew faint. Charlie collapsed against Jack, panting. "We did it. We actually did it." Jack held her tightly. "For now, but this is only the beginning." As night fell, Jack and Charlie rested on the high cliff overlooking the valley, blanketed in fog. Stars glimmered above, indifferent to the mortal lives below. Charlie leaned against him. "Do you ever wonder if we'll ever really be safe?" Jack kissed her temple. "Maybe not, but it doesn't matter. Mortality is fragile. That's why it's beautiful. Every moment matters. Every breath matters. As long as we have each other, we'll face whatever comes." Charlie smiled faintly, gripping his hand. "Then we live, fully, no regrets." Jack looked at the horizon, feeling the weight of every choice he had made, leaving the society, choosing mortality, choosing love. He realized that freedom came at a price, danger, uncertainty, and the constant threat of death. But standing here with Charlie, he understood the truth. Living fully, even fleetingly, was worth more than eternity under the society's control. The wind whispered through the valley below, carrying a promise. The hunt was not over, but they had claimed a victory that would echo through both mortal and immortal worlds. Jack held on to Charlie's hands. "We survived to the edge, and tomorrow we fight again." That was Chapter 14, The Edge of Mortality, from a story called The Immortals Society, written by Anonymous. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you again next time.